morning, Iowa City. I'm Drew Cook.
And I'm Brock Nauman.
Today we're going to talk about labor unions.
Labor unions are an organized association of workers, often in trade or profession, formed to protect and further their rights and interests.
Labor unions primarily focus on negotiating over wages, benefits, and working conditions for the workplace, and on representing their members in disputes with management over violations of contract provisions.
Larger unions also might influence officials and even elect their own officials at the state and federal level.
Strikes are becoming more and more popular as these are a major source of union power. A strike is a labor union's attempt to withhold from labor. By withholding from labor, the firm is forced to accept the union's position.
However, this is a lose-lose situation for both sides.
Indeed.
A drop in income and the possibility of people losing their job permanently are the threats the union workers have to deal with.
At times, these strikes could become violent as history has taught us, but this is rare.
For example, the Great Railroad Strike of 1877 was very violent by and against workers and happened before unions were popular.
It all started on July 14th in Martinsburg, West Virginia, in response to the cutting of wages for the second time in a year by the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Company. Workers were not happy.
No, they were not.
No.
Violent street battles occurred in Maryland between the striking workers and the Maryland militia. Workers killed 10 and wounded 25 troops.
The rioters also damaged engines and train cars and burned portions of the train station.
Wow, that sounds like a fun time.
Yes, it does.
Most people don't know much about labor unions. Let's go to reporter Drew Crook in the field. Drew?
Thanks, Brock. I'm Drew Cook, and I'm here with an ordinary citizen, Brock Nauman. Brock, do you know what a labor union is?
I could be wrong, but I believe it's an old wooden ship used in the Civil War era.
You couldn't be more wrong. Back to you, Drew. Thanks, Drew. What a good-looking young man. Wow, that man was an idiot. I hate him. I bet he voted for Obama. I can't help myself. I gotta go talk to him, Brock.
I apologize for the 30-minute delay. My associate Drew Cook had to take care of some personal things.
All right, people, it's vocab time!
It's about that time. First up, we got collective bargaining, the process by which representatives of a union and an employer negotiate wages, employee benefits, and working conditions.
If the representative and the employer cannot see eye to eye, most of the time a mediator is brought into place. The mediator is an impartial observer brought in when labor negotiations break down to suggest how to resolve differences.
Next up, similar to a mediator, binding arbitration. When labor negotiations break down and the public interest is involved, a neutral third party is brought in to impose a settlement that both sides must accept.
Do you even know what binding arbitration is?
No, I don't. I just read lines.
The last word here on vocab time is featherbedding. Featherbedding is the union's effort to force employers to hire more union workers than demanded for a task. And unfortunately, this concludes our vocab time here.
Hope you had fun.
Vocab time is our most popular segment here, and these words are critical if you want to know about labor unions.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching our labor union edition of vocab time.
That has been it. For all of us here at Channel 4 News, I'm Brock Nauman.
And I'm Drew Cook. Go f*** yourself, Iowa City. Yeah, Brock, well, you look like a human version of Jake Adams' car.
Oh, that's funny because you look like a human version of Will Ferrell's bottom teeth.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could look like Tom Brady on anti-steroids.
Yeah, you think that's funny? Well, you kind of look like one of Mr. Muller's outfits on a Wednesday, so...
Well, I mean, I just think you look like John Kim playing street ball.
I can't do this. I can't work with this guy.
Well, see you tomorrow.